Hello learners, I'm Dr. Arun Kumar, faculty member, School of Management, Shastra Deemed University. In this session, I'm going to talk about types of research. So the learning outcome of this session is to understand the different types of research and its types. Okay. So when you want to choose the appropriate type of research, you need to I have given here, you need to clearly identify the objectives of the research. What is the objective of the research? You have to carefully scrutinize that and you have to go for that particular type of research. Some of the objectives has to take into consideration for your business include, suppose you want to find out the needs of your clients. I have given here, find ways to improve your product or services, identify what you need to know. You should ask what research methods will offer you that information. Know that and understand what is. These are the different contexts given so that you can apply the appropriate research type according to the needs of your research. There are various types of research. First one is descriptive research, analytical research, applied research, fundamental research, quantitative research, qualitative research, conceptual research, empirical research, cross-sectional research, exploratory research, causal research, and case study research. The types of research, you should be well aware about it. So let's talk about the descriptive or analytical type. Otherwise, this research is called ex post facto research. It describes the characteristics of the objects like people, groups, organization, environment. So, for example, why you prefer to have that particular kind of toothpick, Colgate? Why? What is the characteristics? What is the taste and preferences you like? So, that kind of research is called descriptive research. And of course, you can quantify those perceptual scores using perceptual score. The main characteristics of this method is that the researcher has no control over the variables. That's the important point I have highlighted here. See, no control over the variables. He can only report what has happened and what is happening. Do you understand this? So normally this kind of descriptive research, we employ survey method. It's a kind of descriptive research. We mean population data survey, what is what, demographic survey, what is what, and the frequency of shopping of the customers, preference of people, similar data, all that comes under descriptive research. Next one is analytical research. Here the researcher uses the facts or information which is already available and analyze this to make a critical evaluation of the material. Okay, this is called analytical research. Next one is we talk about applied versus research. What is applied research? It is otherwise called action research or fundamental, basic or pure research. What is applied research? Applied research is aimed to find a solution for an immediate problem. For example, there is a demotivation problem in an organization. Society is not preferring one particular policy or rules laid by the government. They try to do research. It's called applied research. So, to summarize, finding for an immediate problem facing a society or industry or a business organization. Fundamental research, you can see here. But it is concerned with generalization and with the formulation of a theory. This is what this happens because of this. That is called a theoretical research. Gathering knowledge for a knowledge sake. Gathering, you can see gathering knowledge for knowledge is termed as pure or basic research, otherwise called fundamental research. Hope you understand what is applied research and fundamental research. Okay, next we move on to the fundamental research. Just now we saw applied research. We give an explanation on fundamental research. We see more clarity on this. Research concerning natural phenomena. or relating to things of fundamental research. Similarly, research studies concerning human behavior carried out to make generalization about a human behavior are also examples of fundamental. So when you give you money, you get motivated. All employees get motivated when they are rewarded properly. That is one study which talk about the fundamental research. I think this example will make you understand in a better sense. Next one is quantitative versus qualitative research. What is quantitative research? Is based on the measurement of quantity or amount. It is applicable to phenomena that can be expressed in terms of quantity. This qualitative research, on the other hand, concerned with the qualitative phenomena, the quality or kind, all that, isn't it? So we have seen many. How many times you do this quantitative? Qualitative is what you feel. That is called qualitative research. Hope this one gives you more clarity. This example gives you more clarity. Next one is let's talk about the qualitative research. That is the motivation research are all considered to be the qualitative research. Just now I was giving you the reward example. People get motivated. That is a qualitative motivation research. This type of research is aims at discovering the underlying motives and desires using in-depth interviews for the purpose. Word association test, sentence completion test, story completion test, and many other projective tactics, whatever we use in research, that comes under qualitative. And attitude or opinion research, all that is a qualitative research. So qualitative research is especially important in the behavioral science, where the aim is to discover the underlying motives of human behavior. Hope you are clear about qualitative research with these examples. Next one is let's talk about conceptual versus empirical research. So any research, I think this word itself is self-explanatory. I think conceptual research is that related to some abstract ideas or theory. It is generally used by the philosophers and thinkers to develop new concepts or to reinterpret existing ones. Am I right? A lot of concept in the sense a group of idea put together and give us a meaning. For example, credit card, debit card is a kind of concept. The idea is different in each credit card and debit card, the way it getting operated. On the other hand, we talk about empirical research. This kind of research relies on experience, and this is also relies on observation, and it is data based. Basically, this we collect data. Based on data, we come to a conclusion. So that's why we call it as it is a empirical research and a lot of observation or experiment getting verified by taking the data and reconfirm that. Next one is let's talk about cross-sectional and law research. So what is cross-sectional research? So when you talk about cross-sectional research, the research is confined to a single time period. We go to the supermarket, just one time we take a consumer opinion, or we go to a college and get one time, so the student's opinion, then it is called, we call it as, cross-sectional research, one time research. And the other one is time, periodically, every 3 months once, we take the opinion of students or the consumers and reconfirm that this is the behavior of those consumers or students. Then it is called longitudinal research, because the research is carried on over several time periods. Then it is called a longitudinal research. And what is exploratory research? Because exploratory research, we are not aware about the problem. Exploratory research is conducted to clarify some kind of ambiguous situations, for discover, why, what happened, what is the business potential the market, all those kind of context we go for exploratory research. What kind of promotion schemes if we apply, it will really enhance the sales. That is called, because we don't know which sales promotion program is going to work out with the consumers. So that kind of research is called exploratory research. As the name implies, exploratory research is not intended to provide conclusive evidence from which to determine a particular course of action. For example, the sales decline, we don't know why, so we need to explore the reasons for the sales decline. And the employees are not motivated, we need to really explore why the employees is not motivated. We have to find out the exact factor. So in that context, we employ exploratory research. So I have put, exploratory research data collection methods. What are the methods we apply in order to collect the data online? Through online, we can, I think during COVID, we need to go for online research and literature research, case study research, observation, focus group, interviews, survey polls. I think you are all familiar with all this method. Case study, one particular case problem, I think when you go to one specific industry and observe the industry and do research, that is called case study research. And observation, going and sitting in the bank and observing the consumers. Then it is called observation research. Focus group, call few people and say why they go for this particular product or services. Then you are focusing the inputs of that particular through moderation. So then the moderator will be there. The people will come and gather there and give their opinions. That kind of research is called focus group, and we try to dwell into more detail by interviewing the consumers. That is called interviews. And sometimes during election, who is the probable CM candidate, we go for survey poll and the Google Forms we use in order to collect data from across the nation. Then it is called online research. There are a lot of tools are available to collect data. So all these methods can be employed during the exploratory study. And next one is the case study research, is to study a particular why AirAsia becomes success, why Satyam, what is the problem with Satyam, and what is the downfall of Maggie, why that particular noodles has been rejected by children's. All these are the case study method. So this method is one of the most valuable options for modern understanding. This type of research is used to field like education sector, philosophical studies and psychological studies. We can use case study. And also this method involves a deep dive into ongoing research and collecting the data. Clear? So it gives you a complete, comprehensive overview about a specific incident or a context. Clear? That we call it as case study method. So hope everyone understand the different types of research to get recap of the different types of research. I think this slide will give you a lot of inputs. I think we have learned about descriptive research, analytical research, applied research, fundamental research, quantitative research, qualitative research, conceptual research, empirical research, cross-sectional research, longitudinal research, exploratory research, and causal and case study research. As being an management students, our manager like you're supposed to understand what type of research, and depending upon the objective of research, you have to employ the precise type of research into the research situation. Okay, hope you all understand my inputs about the types of research. Thank you so much, and please refer the textbook which I have given you as references. It gives you more insight. Thank you very much.